All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start out by saying all praises, honor, and glory due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. So all praise to the world calls God and Jesus Christ. The true names in the Hebrew is Yahweh for the Heavenly Father, Yahushai for his beloved Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect that are elected and selected to get out of here from on high doing the work of the Lord in all obedience, man. This is the brother Tazabah in the Arizona camp, Lord Well, with another video to edify. I wanted to go into some prophecy because there's as the apostles have said many times before, keep your eyes on the Middle East. And a prophecy is lining up, and Esau is failing, and he's having to draw back. And this is all in the scriptures, man. This is an article from RT. It says, time to get out of these ridiculous endless wars. Trump orders U.S. pull back from Syrian border before Turkish operation begins. Now, you got to understand the context of everything that's going on. It says, the article says, it's time for us to get out of the ridiculous endless war. President Donald Trump said ahead of a withdrawal of U.S. troops from the border areas in northeastern Syria as the Turkish military prepares for an anti-Kurdish incursion. Now, the Kurds were for a long time seen as a terrorist group to the Syrian government, and the American government backed the Kurdish rebels because they were trying to dethrone the Syrian government, and the U.S. actually labeled the actual Syrian Revolutionary Guard as terrorists, and these are the ones that are actually legitimately protecting Syria. But now the U.S. is about to pull all support from those Kurds. So what's going to happen, man? It says the United States was supposed to be in Syria for 30 days. That was many years ago. We stayed and got deeper and deeper into battle with no aim in sight, Trump said in a Twitter thread on Monday, just as U.S. troops stationed in northeastern Syria were reportedly pulling back from their positions. Now, peep this. It says Trump claimed credit. It says Trump claimed credit for quickly defeating the terrorist group Islamic State, ISIS, and formerly ISIL in Syria, before explaining why he apparently chose to abandon the Kurdish militias who fought that battle with U.S. air and artillery support in their standoff with Turkey. You see, the Kurds fought with us, but we have paid massive amounts of money and equipment to do so. They have been fighting Turkey for decades. I held off this fight for almost 3 years, but it's time for us to get out of these ridiculous endless wars, many of them tribal, and bring our soldiers home, he said. You see? Now, peep this. It says Turkey, Europe, Syria, Iran, Iraq, Russia, and the Kurds will now have to figure the situation out, what they have to do with the captured ISIS fighters in their neighborhood. They all hate ISIS. They have been enemies for years. We are 7,000 miles away, and we'll crush ISIS again if they come anywhere near U.S. The U.S. president added. Now, you see all this? Now, the Kurdish military is stressing, man. It's stressing. I'm gonna play a little bit of this video, and we'll get into some of these precepts.
Had plans to invade northern Syria, and now Iran is speaking out. The foreign minister, Javad Zarif, saying his country is ready to help. So for more on all of this, let's talk to former U.S. diplomat Jim Jatras. Jim, so first, I would like your comment on this exclusive story from Newsweek magazine. They say their source has direct knowledge of this phone call between Trump and Erdogan. Do you think Trump actually backed down to Erdogan on the phone and then just gave us his bluster on Twitter?
Gee, I wonder if this leaker is the same as the whistleblower on the Zelensky phone call. How many times has he said we're getting out of Syria only to get rolled then by the national security establishment and all the yapping from Capitol Hill to say, no, we can't do that, we can't do that. We'll have to see what happens now. Right now, as far as I can tell, we're just pulling back from the border area with Turkey. We don't know how far into Syria the Turks intend to go. I don't know whether this indicates that we are really getting out of Syria now. I hope it's the case, but I don't think that's a done deal yet.
And they're not going to get completely out of Syria because the scriptures tell you that they have to go into that land. They have to go into that land for prophecy to be fulfilled. I'm going to fast forward.
Turkey, if we stayed, would drive Turkey towards Russia. If we go, it'll drive everyone else towards Russia.
Well, in fact, I think the objection from the Iranian foreign minister is kind of pro form. Of course, the Turks don't belong in Syria. Neither do we, by the way.
Right.
But remember, the Turks are also part of the Astana process with the Iranians and the Russians, and increasingly they're closer to the policies of those two countries than they are to us. As far as the Kurds, the Kurds are all going to get killed. This is nonsense. The Kurds are going to do, if they have any sense at all, what they should have done a long time ago when they had better leverage, which is to make a deal with the Assad government and bring the Syrian army up into their area and come to some standoff with the Turks and hopefully work toward a settlement in eastern Syria.
So
So this is what's all been culminating. Now I'm gonna get this. This is Isaiah 33:1. It says, "Woe to the bloody city! Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled." You see, that's what we're seeing, man. When Esau pulls his military back at all, it's because the spoiling isn't working out, man, and that's him ceasing to spoil. So pretty soon here, when all these nations they get buddy, they're like, hey, man, they're gonna figure out the one person that was fucking them all up, and they know a little bit. But when you pull those goods away, and just like America's doing right now to those Kurdish forces and the Islamic forces, which are theirs, ISIS was a United States military proxy army that they funded many times before. All these nations brought out evidence, especially Russia, about ISIS having U.S. military equipment and all that. You know, but now Esau, Edom is ceasing to spoil. It says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. And that's what we're going to see, man. Pretty soon, these nations are going to start doing a business on America, man. This is Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Most High. So the Lord's laying this snare. And we're seeing it happen because it's going to drive all these nations, as prophecy says, into the arms of Russia. You know? So this is Ezekiel 29 and Ezekiel 38 and and 2. It says, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal." Now I got this biblical map pulled up. I wish I could get this one bigger. Let's see how this one is. All right, here we go. So Meshach, Georgia, Russia. Gog, Russia. Togarmah, which is Turkey, right? So this is very important for prophecy. And if you go down, this is where the Valley of Yahweh would be, in the Persian Gulf. You know, so them getting that northern part of Turkey good brings all the troops easily all down into that land of Persia, right? And these are the countries that are in this. Now it says back in Ezekiel 38:3, it says, and say, thus said Yahweh power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog and Magog, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thy armies, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer. What is Gomer? There you go, Gomer. Gone all into this. Gomer and all his bands, and the Togomar, the North Quarters, and all his bands, and many people with them. And that's what's going to happen. They were talking about that. Is this move going to drive Turkey more into the arms of Russia? And yes, it is. It's prophecy. It says, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. And that's what we're seeing turn up, man. So prophecy is happening, man. You got to keep your eyes on these things, because this is just the beginning, man. Scriptures tell you, even then shall sorrows grow upon the earth, man. So this is a little short one, but Lord will keep pushing in this thing, man. Brothers, keep going in this thing. Keep your eyes on prophecy. Be as diligent as possible, man. We're at the end. With that, I want to say double honors to elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful elect. And, Barak the Yahweh Shai. Shalom.